very good morning to you. It's Friday, the 5th of January, 2018. A very good morning to you and welcome to this morning's... Oh, hang on, wrong thing. United Kingdom Talk. Coming to you all, as always, from Television Centre here in Royal Berkshire. And this is the last day you'll see all this now because, of course, we've got the 12th night tonight. Time to take down these wonderful Christmas decorations. Oh, all that hard work I've got of putting little things back in boxes. I must tell you, I don't think you can see it actually. Just a minute, let's try that one. No, you can't. All the boxes that all this are just down there on the floor. I couldn't be bothered to put them away. I mean, you can't see them. That's the main thing, isn't it? But yeah, I've got to put it all back in the boxes today, all away for another year, and bring it all out again next year. Will it be the same next year? You have exactly, 53 weeks to wait. I'm surprised no one's putting up their Christmas decorations for next year today, knowing how quickly some people put them up now, don't they? Hey, blimey. Let's say hello to some of the early people with us this morning. Good morning to Christina. Morning, Christina. Autumn Leaves. That's a nice name. Good morning, Autumn. Claire Norton's with us. Good morning, Luke Taylor. Good morning, Luke. I hope work is very, very busy for you, my love. And that wonderful person that you're with, young Chris. Good morning. Joey's there. Good morning, Joey. You're still on Facebook then, lovey. You're still on Facebook. Joey's one of those people that keeps advertising the fact that it's his last day on Facebook and he's going to go off. But you're still there weeks later. Every other week you put that on. You're not the only one, darling. There's a lot of people like that. Oh, coming off Facebook and then they're still there. What's all that about? You're addicted. Yes, it's like a drug. It's running through your veins. And turning on that little phone or whatever you're watching us on, it's like a drug. It's like an injection going into your arm, dear. You are addicted. Addicted to love. Tina Turner, wonderful dancer. Her knees used to bend, didn't they? Like Rak Su. Have you seen Rak Su from the X Factor? Have you seen their knees? Hang on, I wonder if I can do this dance. 1 minute. I might have to stand on the ear and do this. Look, hang on, look. They dance like this. Oh, this is dangerous, isn't it? They dance like that, don't they? Look that. I like that. Dancing like that. Rak Su. Yes. I quite like the song, I must say. That's the latest little boy band of Simon Cowell's creation, I suppose you would call it. His latest creation. Little pretty boy, Rak Su, who have all got rickets by the look of it. Good morning. Hello to Ray Reynolds, who's wishing us all a merry, merry Friday. Thank you very much. Please send me request. What do you want to request for, Autumn Leaves? What do you want to request for? I don't know what you mean. Good morning to the lovely Mary. Morning, Mary. Sorry, dear, I didn't get back to you yesterday. I tried to ring you, then you tried to ring me, and then it all went quiet. That doesn't mean I don't love you. Oh, I forgot something. Can you hang on? I've got something to show you. Mary, don't go away. Stay there. Back in a second. I'll be a minute. Rak Su, Rak Su, Rak Su, Rak Su. Here we are. I'm coming. Oh. Coming. Now, around Christmas time, just before Christmas, nice, wonderful people give me little Christmas presents. And generally, of course, my family's that all happens up in Lincolnshire, and my best mate brings it or them to my house. But at work, people give me things at work, and while I'm working, it's a case of, oh, thanks ever so much, and put it on there and carry on. Now, for work, if you didn't know already, I do karaoke nights and quiz nights, okay? So I can't stop, oh, thanks ever so much, let's have a look at it. I can't do that. Haven't got time to do that. There are people waiting to sing, so I have to carry on with the work and put the gift behind me. Then it goes into the car at the end of the night. And Mary said to me the other day, Mary, who's with us today, what's this, Mary? Beep, 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 beep. That's a private joke, boys and girls. I cannot tell you what that is. No, horses wouldn't drag it from me. So Mary gave me a little gift a while ago, just before Christmas, before I went up north. And she said the other day, did you like my gift? Now, you know how it is. I'm sure you've been here before, boys and girls, once or twice. But, oh, God, blimey, what did she give me? I don't know what she gave me. I can't remember opening anything. And sometimes nice, kind people like Mary, they give you the gift, but there's no label on it. There might be a card, but the card would be separate. And you put all these things in a... Oh, what one does that go in? And do you know what I mean? No disrespect for the people. And I'm Mary's looking at me, and I'm trying to keep a straight face. Oh, blimey, what was Mary's... I can't think what it was. I said, Mary, I can't remember what it was, and I had to come clean. I don't remember seeing that. Oh, and she said, oh, that's okay. And so yesterday, I was in the kitchen, and I noticed a little bag in the corner of my kitchen. Here it is. And I do believe, I looked at it, and it said Brazil on it. Somewhere Brazil. Look, BR. I think that's Brazil. Not Brisbane, is it? No, but that'd be Brazil. So here it is, from Brazil. And I thought, well, who's been to Brazil? Of course, I couldn't think of anyone who'd been to Brazil. I thought, well, it can't be Mary's because that would be something Irish. Dublin Airport or something like that. But anyway, I think, Mary, this is the gift from you. It's in a little grey bag. Hasn't been opened yet, as I say. Here we are, grey bag. And no label on there. So I don't know it's from you see. That's the trouble. That's the trouble. Oh, thank you so much. So this will be my final Christmas gift. How exciting is this? How exciting is this? And it is a lovely paper. Is this terrible? Yeah. Look at that paper. Perhaps I could use this paper to make another mirror ball. Look. Another mirror ball. Not quite as nice as the one going back up there tomorrow. All right, so let's see what this is. Oh, I know what this... Now, what is this? What is this little thing? And it's all white, isn't it? It's all white and rather holy, if you don't mind me saying so. It's a little man. What does he do? Does he do anything? Oh, hang on, there's a label. Despicable Me. Is this a minion? I thought minions were yellow. Or is this like the bloke in... I never saw the minion thing. Despicable Me 3. Look, you can sit on my head, can't he? Look at that. Yeah, like those monkeys in Gibraltar, isn't it? Except they nick things from you. Be very careful if you go to Gibraltar. The monkeys nick things from you. Yes. Oh, thank you very much, Mary. Look, I feel like I've got a friend. I cannot say that this is a replacement for my dearly departed cat back in July, but it comes, sort of a close second, I suppose. Thank you, Mary. Does it squeak or anything? Hang on a minute. Is there any squeaking? No squeaking. No squeaking. Thank you, Mary, for my... I don't think this is a minion. I don't know what it's called. Is it a despicable? It is a plush toy, according to the label. A plush toy. Thank you, Mary. My final Christmas gift has been opened. Where can I put this now? Shall we put him on there for now to display to the millions of people? Oh, hang on. I'll put him in front of God. Just a moment, dear. Just a moment. Let's put him here. In front of the nutcracker. Nutcracker. There we are. Done. All right. Thank you very much. Oh, thank God I found that. Oh dear, my life would not have been worth living. Thank you, Mary. Much appreciated. Mary also says, have you put your fairy lights away? No, they're still up here, dear. Fairy lights are still illuminating the whole thing. Jerry, Christmas has not gone. There were 12 days of Christmas. Surely when you were a child, you left up your lights and things for 12 nights after Christmas. Look it up, dear. I read it all out the other day. Did you miss the show? Well, that's you then, isn't it, lovey? I try to keep people fully informed. If you're not watching the show, then you miss things. We gave away a car yesterday. Thank you. Hallelujah. Thank you. Let's have a look. Good morning to Deck Reed up in Scotland. Are you still doing your trance and house radio shows? I'm sure you are. Good morning to Danny Clements. Very well, thank you, Danny. Diane's there. Autumn, we done autumn. Let me have a look. The disappearing crit. Oh, well, I had to go downstairs. Good morning, Elaine. Good morning, Ronnie. Everyone's there this morning. That's lovely. Gru was the boss of Minions fans. I never saw Minions. I know nothing about Minions. So, I don't know what that is. I'm in an FM station. No, I'm just live on Facebook. Live in Facebook from this purpose-built television studio in Bracknell. That's what I do. Thank you for your good luck. Morning to the lovely Kiki D. Hello, Kiki. And Evan's there as well. Good morning to all of you. If you're watching on the YouTube or Periscope and you're trying to send messages this morning, I don't think that's working. Okay? Because there's nothing coming up in front of me. So if you're watching by one of those methods, I'm not seeing anything in front of me this morning, which is unusual. Usually someone would have sent a message on those methods by now. So I don't think that's working. Enabled chat and stream. I don't know what that is. Message. Let's have a look. Message back out. Face it. Chat background. I don't know. I don't think that's working this morning. Okay, the YouTube and the Periscope messaging. So sorry about that. So yesterday, after I chatted to you yesterday, I went swimming. Busy in the pool yesterday. Had a bit of lunch. My campfire stew. Done some shopping in Morrison's. Then I went with my mate and his other half to test drive. Not me. He was test driving a new car. So we did that in a nice place called Sunningdale, and I sat in the back of the car with the lady who was selling the car. Ever such a nice lady. She's Jewish lady, and she's from not Jewland. She's was talking about Israel and all that, because I went to Israel a few years ago. It's a wonderful, wonderful holiday, and you see all that stuff you learnt about in whatever religion you are, really, in the as a Jewish person or as a Christian, it's all there. As a Muslim, that's all there. So it's a wonderful, wonderful holiday to visit. After that, came back here, had a sleep, and then I got up and I watched a bit of The Crown. Are you watching The Crown on Netflix? Wonderful programme about Queen Elizabeth and how she's young and gets to what she's doing and what have you. And Prince Philip and Princess Margaret, she seems to have had a really hard time. Of course, she's no longer with us. She used to drink and smoke a lot, but she seems to have had a really hard time as the sister of the Queen. Not because she was the Queen's sister. Well, I suppose some of it was, actually. She wanted to marry someone and she wasn't allowed to marry him. She just seems desperately unhappy a lot of the time. I did feel sorry for Princess Margaret in that programme. Anyway, so I'm up to Series 2, Programme 5 at the moment. Series 2, Programme 5 at the moment. So that's very, very good indeed, The Crown. Do watch it. I've got Victoria. I'm going to start watching Victoria when I get to the end of that as well. Oh, Star Trek fans, there's a new episode of Star Trek coming on Monday on Netflix, okay? So they're picking up again because they only showed half the series at the end of last year. So the new series of Star Trek, the next half of it is coming on Monday on Netflix, just in case you didn't know that. So last night I got up, had something to eat, and I intended to do another show last night. I was on my own. My mate was at his house because he was with his other half, and so when he's off, he tends not to come over. And I wanted to try doing something on the iPhone. I've got the iPhone thing now. You'll know when I do my karaoke nights, they're either on Facebook Live or more recently YouTube Live. I tend to use YouTube Live now because there's no copyright issues with them. The way I do this show I'm talking to you now is through a couple of computers, okay? And the computer sends the show to a place called Restream, okay? And from Restream, it goes out to different platforms, Periscope, Twitch, Vaughan Live, YouTube Live, Facebook Live. It goes to there first, and then that splits it up to all these different places. Now, I had heard that you can do this with your phone by a system called RTMP. I think it's RTMP it's called. So last night I thought, well, I'll get that going just before I do a show. Well, I started that at about 8:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, something like that. and we just could not suss it out. We just couldn't do it. 1 minute the sound would be okay and the picture would be dire, or the picture would be really good and the sound would be terrible. It would be clicking and all that. And there's so many different settings on it. I'll be a little bit technical. There's all these different settings: bit rate, frame rate, resolution. There are no sound settings, strangely enough, within these programs, but I suppose that's all automatic. I don't know how it works. And I spent, by the time I'd finished, it was about 11:30. I kid you not. From about 8:30 to 11:30, and there were various people on YouTube trying to help me. Unfortunately, whenever you go live, you get a notification. We didn't do it on Facebook, but you would have got like 100 odd notifications that I was trying to do something. So if you were watching on Periscope last night, I must apologise. You got about 100 odd notifications while we were trying to get this going. And it just would not work. We just could not get this going. I must have tried every setting under the sun there. And of course, there were people trying to help you and what have you. But we couldn't get it going, unfortunately. So I felt, eventually you work so hard at something and thought, well, it's just got to start working in the end. Well, I went to bed and it still wasn't working, unfortunately. So I feel that was a little bit of a waste of... the messages are coming up now. The messages are coming up now on Periscope. Okay, is there anyone on YouTube this morning can just try and send me a message and we'll see if that works as well? But I didn't get it going in the end, so quite disappointed with myself. Not through fear of trying. 2.5 hours, dear. Trying to get something working. What a nightmare. Let's have a look. Evan says, that's why I have an amateur radio licence. If the posh tech goes down, I'm still talking to people over the world. Yeah, I know what you mean. I was tempted by that whole amateur radio thing, I must admit. I recently, a couple of years ago, I wanted, my mate got me a CB radio for my birthday. And I had a bloke come around and put a proper area, big GPR wave, I think it was called, that went on the side of my house, and it was quite high. And but it wasn't CB radio like it was in the 1980s. There was a small group of people talking to each other, and it was very hard to get in. It was very hard to get in. It was like you were the newcomer and no one knew you. And I remember CB radio in the 1980s, when everyone was in, it was a big mismatch of people joining in all the time and chatting to you, and it didn't work quite so well. Anyway, I became really a listener on the side because I found I couldn't really get involved in the conversations. They were talking about their families, and of course you don't know any of them, these people. And I gave up in the end, and I took the aerial back down, and the CB radio is in the room there. Of course, amateur radio is very different to that. You talk to people all over the world, don't you? On the other hand, you can just pick up a phone now. So I think I kind of dropped that idea, really. I know CB is not amateur radio. I know that. That's why I'm just trying to explain differences to you, dear. Why can't you wait until you jump in like that? There's a lot of people jumping in suddenly all the time, don't they? Have you noticed that when you're trying to have a conversation with people and they keep jumping in? Can you not just wait until I finish the sentence before you jump in? Amateur radio is a thing, and you have to pass all sorts of tests for that. And technical things, don't you? And it's I think you've got to be quite intelligent to do something like that, actually. Whereas a CB radio, you just get it out of the box. I don't think you even need a license now. We used to have licenses for those 27 megahertz licenses back in the 80s. I think they were £10 for the license. Now you don't even need a license. You just plug it in and do that. RTMP, what was I using? There were two apps on here. The two apps on here. Don't want to get too technical because it gets on people's nerves, Evan, when they're not understanding what you're talking about there. All right. Christina says, I will like Victoria. Yeah, looking forward to that. I really like The Crown, so that's great as well. Good morning to Half Leg Wax. YouTube is okay. Good, that's working as well. Good, that is all working now. Usually there's a little thing up there that said messages here, but there's nothing up there. The messages are just coming up on their sort of own thing there, which is a strange thing. So that was the mobile phone thing I was trying yesterday, and then I went to bed after that. So Bit disappointed that I couldn't get things going yesterday, but never mind. That's how it is. Some items of news this morning. We are all being hacked. Have you seen this? We're all being hacked. Have you got one of these? Got a little mobile phone? Got an iPhone? Any of the Apple things? Lots and lots of the other phones? Well, they can all be hacked. Something to do with the chips, unfortunately. Here it is. 2 massive security flaws in this morning's Daily Mail could put billions of people worldwide at risk of being hacked in a shocking lapse, affecting nearly all devices. Not just one type, all devices, dear. Very worrying. It says cyber criminals could steal passwords and other data from nearly every gadget containing chips from Intel, AMD and ARM, thanks to design flaws in their manufacture. The bugs affect desktops, laptops, servers, smartphones, tablets, as well as smart devices like baby monitors, smart cars and thermostats powered by processors from these. I don't understand why anyone would want to steal. What can you steal from a baby monitor, for God's sake? I never understand that business of someone might be watching my baby. Really? Why would they be watching your baby? I think that whole people watching me on the camera thing, they do make me laugh, people. People might be watching my baby or looking at pictures of my children, yet they don't think of all the security cameras all the time where there are people on little joysticks watching you everywhere. You don't moan about that, do you? I never understood that. There was my niece and nephew's children, who are varying different ages, between the ages of 3 and 5. They go to school. And they recently did their school Christmas show, the Nativity. And once again, oh no, you can't take pictures. Oh, not allowed to take pictures there. So the school then released pictures of each I love this. Each individual child, like on the stage. So you'll have the stage, right? You'll have the stage, and you'll get the picture with your child's face showing. All the other children have had little smiley faces superimposed over their heads. I mean, it's beyond a joke. It really is. I don't want people seeing my kids. Well, you're going to keep them at home all the time then? You're going to shove them away in a room and lock the door so that no one can see them? How stupid can you be? It's just ridiculous. I've got some old Scout pictures when I was in the Scouts. I haven't got any of them when I was in the Cubs, unfortunately, which disappoints me, actually, because I want to see what I used to get up to then. But I've got a couple of old pictures of me in the Scouts. And indeed, my old school pictures. You know when you used to have that school picture taken and the whole class was there with the teacher in the middle, yeah? Whether it was primary school. We didn't do it all the time, just occasionally. It wasn't every year. I don't think it was every year, but certainly I've got a big long picture somewhere on the computer. And there's my teacher, Mrs. Raybone. Mrs. Raybone, God. Yeah, she was a nice character. Mrs. Raybone, this was in primary school. She's in the middle at the front on a chair. And then we've got the rows of chairs and then people standing behind. The whole class is in this picture. And I can go on there and say, oh yeah, that's Andy, that's Dennis, that's Declan, there's Paul. Oh, I didn't get on with that one over there. No, he didn't like me, that one over there. Oh, that's my best friend Gary. And like that, while I'm looking on the computer. These children aren't going to be able to do that. They won't be able to do that because some idiot in, I don't know, council or government or someone's mother has moaned, I don't want them to see my kids. What is all that about? How did that come about anyway? I mean, the world is not packed with bloody pedos all the time. You're completely ruining that child's childhood by doing that. They can't look back. They can't look back. Oh, I want to see my friends. And all you're going to see is your own picture and a load of smiling heads, what have been superimposed. And they were yellow, smiling heads. I kid you not. I kid you not. It's like, when my sister sends me pictures, or my niece, or my nephew's wife. They often send me pictures of their children, and I put them straight up on Facebook, and they're quite happy for me to do that. This is my nephew, a proud thing. This is my nephew's daughter. This is my niece's daughter. This is my nephew's son. This is my niece's son. He is now 5 years old and has done this and is now swimming. I like to talk about them and show you what they look like. What is all that about, ladies and gentlemen? Wanting to hide the little shield the little children from the world. You can't. I always remember people saying to me, "You can't wrap them in cotton wool, can you?" It's just madness. Absolute madness. I don't know what you think about that. Let's have a look at some of your messages coming in this morning on our little show, boys and girls. Mary says, I always ask permission from others if it's okay to post pictures of their children. Okay, so you do, Mary. But why? Why do we feel the need to do that? And when you was younger, which was a long time ago now, wasn't it, Mary? When you was younger, and you have people round. Oh, can I show you the pictures of our holidays? And you get the pictures out and you start flicking through them. You wouldn't have coloured your children's faces in black or ink or red ink or blue ink, would you? So that no one can see their pretty little faces, would you? You just wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. Good morning to Lewis this morning. Welcome along to Lewis. Guy Bentley. Good morning, Guy. And Duncan are working very hard at Central Station, where I shall be doing my karaoke tonight. Pop along tonight. You can take pictures. Don't you take as many pictures as you want, and you plaster them on as many computers or what are those big things what the adverts are in by the sides of the road? You know the sort of thing, don't you? What are they called? Billboard. Are they billboards? Billboards. They seem to be getting brighter and brighter, those billboards. Have you noticed that, boys and girls? Billboards. How are they getting away with that? Like you're driving along and they always say you must concentrate on the road. Don't touch your phone. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. And then in front of you is this blooming great billboard advertising the latest BMW or a packet of crisps. How are they getting away with that? I tell you what, I'd hate to live in a flat opposite one of those bright billboards, wouldn't you? Blimey. They are so... But you need sunglasses, when you're in the car trying to get past these billboards. They're so blooming bright, aren't they? Never mind. Let's have a look there. Lewis is working so hard, they are watching your show. Yes, good morning. Lovely to... How is Duncan this morning? Have you fallen asleep yet, dear? He likes to have a nap every 10 minutes, didn't you, Duncan? Karaoke tonight, yes, Central Station. It's the Friday karaoke tonight, boys and girls, at Central Station in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross, 8:30 till midnight this evening. Get there early and you can sing several times. Get there late and you might not get one in. Okay, we do get very busy on a Friday, so get there nice and early, 8:30. And cheap Prosecco as well. £15 a bottle on the Prosecco. All right? Good morning to Luke Bickers. Good morning, Luke. Paul Mosley's there on the YouTube. Morning. Dashcam Nissan. Morning, Dashcam. Ford TCI Power. Good morning, Ford. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you had a nice Christmas, sir. Periscope. Let's have a look. And Kiki D is half leg wax. I didn't know that. I'll never remember that, Kiki D. You must say if you're talking to me on one of the other platforms, you must tell us who you are, because your name doesn't always, your name hasn't, obviously it's come up as your nickname or something like that, you see, my love. Good. So that's the mobile phone thing. So they're trying to do something. I don't know how you fix a bad chip then. How do you fix a bad chip in like a mobile phone if we're all being spied upon? We're all being spied upon. People are watching us through small holes in walls and things like that. Yes. Yes. Be careful. Have you drilled a hole in your... Oh, these are spies there. We are being spied upon. At this moment, government officials are perving over me while looking at cameras and phones. That's what's going on. All right, we got to... I see Tony Blair's reared his ugly head again. He keeps doing that, doesn't he? Go away, Tony. We're not interested. He looks like an alien, doesn't he? Don't you think Tony Blair He does actually look like he's come from another planet. Anyway, he was the Prime Minister of the UK, just in case you're abroad and you don't know. For a considerable time, and it has to be said, at the time, at certain points, a very, very popular Prime Minister. He kept getting re-elected. Anyway, he came out of it, blimey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. 7 years ago, he gave it all up and disappeared. But he keeps coming back. He keeps coming now and again. Every few months, he comes back and starts opening his bloody mouth again. He's going on about Brexit today. In The Sun this morning, he says Tony Blair has told some brazen lies in his time. But yesterday's stomach-churning dishonesty on Brexit was putrid, even of him. I like that word. In The Sun this morning, putrid. Putrid. It just wasn't the facts that he twists. Of course, you must remember the Sun is quite right-wing, so they're going to take that side of it. And it goes on about him. But honestly, whatever side is, I'm sick to death of him coming up every 5 minutes. Not every 5 minutes, but now and again when... it's like it's like he's got FOMO, isn't it? Fear of missing out. I know a few people like that. He's got fear of missing out. And every now and again, he has to come on the telly and say something just so that he's still on the telly. He's done the job. He's had his chance. He's finished the job. Please go away and leave us alone. Give it to someone else now. Someone else is doing it now. Go away, you annoying little man. He's very, very annoying, Tony Blair. He really is. I see him come on the telly and immediately the little hair that's left in my head stands up on end. Does it yours as well? And it's funny. Both sides, the left and the right, don't particularly like him anymore. Go away, Tony. Leave us alone. Good morning to someone in China there. 10 to 6 in China. Good morning. Welcome along. Oh, how lovely. Someone in China. I think you're the first person ever to send us a message from China. So welcome to the show. We're about to finish actually now. All right. Evan says it's the law. Imogen Chris must have written permission from the parents. Yes, Evan. And it's all a load of old rubbish. Just because it's the law doesn't mean it's good. It's a load of old rubbish, that is. Can't take pictures of my kids. Oh, go away. Go away, you silly little woman or man, whatever you are. Not you, Evan. I'm just talking generally, you see, generally. All this restrictions on photo, it's just a load of rubbish. It gets on my nerves. Lewis has got fear of missing out. I don't think you have, actually, Lewis. No, I've never seen you you never come up to me when I've said something. Oh, can I come to that? Oh, can I do that? I don't think you have. I don't think you've got FOMO. Not at all, lovey. Not at all. Except when there's someone on the stage and you want to be on there with them. Like Sandra. Alrighty, let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls, and then I'm off to the swimming pool this morning, and I'll tell you about our karaoke tonight. Good morning to the lovely Frank. Good morning, Frank. I remember wishing you your first birthday at the city of Quebec. It's about 3 or 4 years ago now, isn't it? Anyway, it's Frank's birthday today. He's such a nice person. He really is. Pops into the Central Station karaoke now and again. Happy birthday, Frank. Doesn't say how old you are. 30, 32, 33, something like that. I shall guess your age. Happy birthday. This morning, it is Kin's birthday. Kin, who comes along to the karaoke almost every time. Happy birthday, Kin. Don't know if you're coming tonight. I shall send you a private message and see if you're coming along tonight, okay? Happy birthday, Kin. Happy birthday to Luke Nanny. Good morning, Luke Nani, or Nanny, I think it is. Morning. How are you, sir? Black Cap customer there. Laura Hillenar is 28 years old. Happy birthday, Laura. Dawn Davidson. Good morning to you, Dawn. Happy birthday, Dawn. Mark Alexander. Good morning, Mark. Happy birthday to Mark. All these early January birthdays here. Lee Warren. Happy birthday, Lee. There's a lot today. Frank Stegner. Happy birthday, Frank. To John Sturmey, who's 50 years old. Happy birthday, John. If you're wondering why I don't read out all the ages, they don't always appear. It depends whether the person is elected. Tony Blair wasn't elected. He won't be elected again. But it depends whether the person is elected to put their age on there or not, you see. Edward Stanton is 32 years old today. Great age to be. Great age to be, Edward, 32. 32 to 40 is a fantastic age. Carlos Roberto de Lima. What a wonderful name. Happy birthday, Carlos. Montana Dixon Bryan Jr. Bill Sharkey today is 50 years old. Chris Clark, 63 years old today. Chris Clark holds the banner for, along with some others, for trying to reopen the Black Cap. And he works tirelessly to make sure that this happens at some point. The Black Cap is a wonderful, and will be a wonderful, wonderful place where I used to work 18 years ago. And it is just such a special building. It was closed down, unfortunately, it must be coming on year 3 now, 3 years ago. And it's madness, really, because it's right in the middle of Camden High Street. Perfect place for a place to be. And it's been closed for 3 years, and they're trying to get it reopened, and they're looking for a buyer now. But happy birthday to you, Chris, and your work is very, very appreciated. It really is. And happy birthday to Jake Pattinson, who is a very young, I think you're the youngster today, 22 years old today. Happy birthday, was it Jack? Jack, yeah, happy birthday, that's a great name, Jack. Happy birthday, Jack, here comes the song. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. All right? Happy birthday, Evan. Yes, I've got an email address. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is my email address. I would get very, very few emails nowadays. It's all Facebook messaging and Twitter and all that business, isn't it? So once again, the email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right, tonight I'll be hosting karaoke. I do hope you can join us. We do 2 karaokes at this particular place. On Friday night, 8:30 till midnight. Nice busy night, 8:30 to midnight. And also on Monday with cheap drinks between 8 and 11:30 p.m. And the karaoke is at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Completely free to come in there. And you'll love the atmosphere. We've got some wonderful people there. You can meet our lovely regular karaoke singers and perhaps have a go yourself, or just sit there and watch. It's entirely up to you. Some people just come there and they like to watch the goings on. We've got some great singers and we've got some not so great singers, but that doesn't matter. It's all about having a go. I don't care if you can sing the best singer in the world or the worst singer in the world. It's all about coming up onto the stage, involving everyone and having a go. And also on a Friday night, I think we got bottles of Prosecco for £15. So that's karaoke tonight on this Friday night, 8:30 to midnight at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. That's it today, boys and girls. So for the last time, it's a little Christmas closing film, because from tomorrow, it's all back to boring normal. The tree, the decorations, it'll all be gone tomorrow. Until later this year. Ding dong merrily on high, in heaven the bells are ringing. See you soon. Bye bye now.